GPU. It's not worth it. Don't buy it. You can do way better for $400, so just don't waste your time. However, if you can get this thing for $300, which I have bought probably 6 of them now for between $300 to $315 on Amazon Warehouse. So you definitely can do it, and that PC I just showed was proof of it. Is it worth gaming with? Well, let's revisit it. Quick specs on the gaming PC that you just saw in that video. This is a this is a 4060 Ti Gigabyte Eagle with a 5600X. There's 64 gigs of RAM, not that the RAM really matters. It's 3600 CL16, and it's just using a random SSD like Gen 3 on an X570 board. So nothing crazy. It's just a very generic machine, and you could drop the RAM down and the power supply. It's like an 850 watt power supply, but this is a test bench, so you don't need anything better. So the first thing I want to go over is Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty in Cyberpunk 2077. I felt like they give you a good spread. This is 1080p. You can see all the settings. I do not have any upscaling on. This is ultra settings, not extreme. And you can see what I got. I got 120 FPS. The monitor is only 140. So that's not bad at all. Now let me show you. I actually put an in-game play clip so you can see it, because the FPS was actually a little higher. I played 2 games of hardcore on this thing, and I really felt like I didn't have any problems. So you can see right here the in-game footage, and you can see the FPS in the top left-hand corner. It's small, but it's 149 FPS, and you can see the GPU clock. It pushed it pretty hard. I actually tried to OC this thing, and I got like 2-3% more, sometimes 4. And it really wasn't worth OCing. So you can see 1080p right there. Now let's move to 1440. So I dropped the settings to balanced for this, and it was surprising. I mean, it's 170 it's 170 hertz monitor. So I just ran the benchmark. I thought about overclocking it, but I decided against it. And balance settings is pretty solid. And this is, like I said, this is DLSS off. So let me show you gameplay footage, because I did play a game on it, and I was kind of surprised. I played around it. So here's quick in-game footage. I got about 120 FPS, and I was surprised. I got it basically for the whole game. It would occasionally drop to like 110, but it definitely felt playable. Like, I didn't have any FPS problems. I played 2 rounds, and again, I was pretty surprised. So, you know, I mean, you've seen the benchmarks for this for like a lot, so it's kind of pointless for me to go over those. I'm kind of just showing you what I got, and my reaction to actually playing the games. Okay, so here you can see Cyberpunk 2077. I ran the benchmark. Now, I wanted to get ray tracing at like medium. I wanted this to be like, when you play Cyberpunk, you want it to look good. So I pushed it probably a little harder than I should have. I got 45 frames per second. Now, I know this is controversial, and I know it's not perfect, but I actually did a full playthrough at about 55 FPS in 4K, everything maxed on my 4090. And I actually played this for about an hour on these settings, because I wanted to make sure that there was no FPS hiccups, there was no nothing. And I was on the mission where you and Panam have to break out the boss of the gang. I don't remember what the gang is called. And I played like 3/4 of that mission. So it was like a lot of gunplay, a lot of, this and that. And it looked pretty good. Let me show you a screenshot from it. Here you can see it. I don't know if you can see in the corner. It's 45 FPS. And it looks good. I didn't have any issues. I liked the basic ray tracing. And this is 1440p. And then let me go ahead and show you. I put DLSS onto quality on the max settings, and you can see it right here. We got about 75 FPS. It looked pretty good. So like, you could play this on DLSS on max settings if you want a little bit of upscaling involved. Now, I prefer not playing with upscaling, but that's just my opinion. But the point is this thing is playable. And like I said, I played on it for about an hour. I think I'm actually going to do some live streaming on this thing, because at $300, I mean, that's kind of basically the same price as like 79 or a 7600 XT. Man, I don't know. So you can see the gameplay settings. I did, probably the most demanding game short of Alan Wake. And then I did a game that's borderline esports title in Call of Duty, and then Cyberpunk first, or Cyberpunk second after Call of Duty. So you see the results. This GPU was only this cheap because of Amazon Warehouse. And when you buy from Amazon Warehouse, you don't really have to deal with the hassle of anything else. I mean, you have your 30-day protection. You can check it. Like you don't have to meet with people. You just get it on Warehouse, you snipe it, you get it, and it gets delivered to your house. You don't have to deal with any
So I'm surprised. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe at $300, the 4060 Ti is not a bad gaming GPU. I mean, as you can see, it got very, very playable results in 1440p, and it could be the basis of a solid upgrade, especially if you're on the AM4 platform. It could be a great upgrade from like a 2070, 2060. You know, you don't want to break the bank, and you could sell your GPU. I mean, you could sell a 2060 for $150 and buy this for $300, and it's quite the upgrade. Something to think about, guys. You know, maybe in the right situation, the 4060 Ti is not a bad gaming GPU. You heard that right. Maybe it's not a bad GPU. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Croup Man